Hi, on today's video, I'm going to show you how to make these little hanging pom-pom bunnies. And they come, you can make them in two sizes. I used these, here's a clover pom-pom maker, and this one here's from the Dollar Tree, okay? You get two of them, this one and a really tiny one at Dollar Tree in a package. And then you need these beads. Now, the bigger the bead, the bigger you make your pom-pom. These were the biggest beads I could find. They came in a pack with all sorts of assorted beads. These ones here are 3/4 of an inch wide. Okay, so that's what I'm using for mine. Okay, now I'm going to use this little 1.5 inch pom-pom maker to make one of these. Okay, so let's get started. The big difference between the brand name Clover and the Dollar Tree one is a brand name Clover. These parts here stay together. On the Dollar Tree version, they're not attached. That's the only difference. They work exactly the same way. So what you're going to do is you're going to wrap this around here. Wrap your wool around a couple times. Now we're just going to fill this in. Now I like to start at the outside arm first. At the outside of this arm first. And then I wrap it as closely and neatly together as I can. Okay, first one wrapped. Okay, now I'm going to work my way back around here. Do the same thing. Now, I don't count wraps on my pom-poms, but I do pay attention to how many times I work my way across. So there's the second one. Here's the third one. So try to get this thicker. I'm going to try to get 4 rows on here. Now, if you look at this end, see how it's starting to come off? It doesn't really, it's quite full. That's where I'm going to stop. Okay, I'm going to close up my little pom-pom maker here. I'll open up this one. And you can either cut your wool now or cut it later. I think I'll cut it now. And we'll start at the other end again. Now we do the exact same thing on the second set of arms. How many times you wrap around, or how many layers of wraps you put on your pom-pom maker does depend on how thick your yarn is. If you look at mine, it's quite thin. And I bought it for that reason. You can get it at Dollar Tree. Take a look down there. There's all kinds of different yarns you can buy that are high enough quality for pom-poms. Now, I do suggest when you're making these bunnies, if you're going to make 6, go ahead and just sit down, grab a cup of coffee, and make 6 pom-poms all at once. Then go and turn them into pom-pom bunnies, okay? I'm doing them one at a time to show you the entire process. Now, if you look at the end here again, you can see where it's getting really full, right? It's not liking to hold on to the ends. So we've got the same 4 that we got on the other end. At this point, I'll cut my wool off. Close my pom-pom maker. Now, on the edge here, you're going to see there's like a little gap between the 2 arms. Put your scissors in there. And you're just going to cut along this ridge between the 2 halves of the pom-pom. You can do it with smaller scissors. I just had these nearby. Now you want to make sure you get every single one. I'm going to go through here. I'm going to start on this side. There's our pom-pom all cut and wrapped. So now what we want to do is we want to adhere this to each other. And I find the easiest way or the strongest way to do that is I like to use dental tape. Oops, looks like I'm just about out of it. So I like to use dental tape. I'm going to take a piece of long, put it, see that little slot in there? Dental tape fits nice and easy in there, and it's strong enough that you can really pull on it. Okay, I never use the wool that I'm wrapping with. I always use dental tape or dental floss. Okay, so now I'm going to wrap this here and tighten it as much as I can. And the nice thing about these corporate or these bought-in pom-pom makers is they stay together while you're doing this. Okay, now we'll flip this over on the other side here. You want to tighten this as much as you possibly can. Okay. So now it's all tied up. We can trim these off. You won't see them, right? Now we'll open up our pom-pom maker. One set of arms first. And then we'll open here. We'll take off this set of arms second. Okay. Now pull them apart. Now, because these here will come off, see on these little dollar stores, this thing here will slide off and fall apart. I like to just put them together right away, so I have them ready and all organized for the next go round. Okay, so there's our little Dollar Tree. There's our little pom-pom. He's cute, eh? Now, by being as careful as I can cutting while I'm wrapping them, our pom-poms are pretty neat and tidy. See, I don't have a lot I want to cut off of there. Just give it a little bit of a haircut. Those are probably caused by the different angles that I used while wrapping it. So there's our little Pom Pom all done. Next thing you want to do is you want to take a piece of the paper covered wire. I'll cut a piece, I don't know, about 11 inches long, give or take. So let's do that. No, it's really the rest of this here. Let's do that. Okay. That. So now I'm going to fold it in half. And with your fingers, you can feel where that dental floss wrapping is, and you want to push the one side through it, through the hole in the middle. You want the other side on the outside to catch it, right? And so for the outside, you're just going to spend a minute. I'll give it a couple of twists. You want to spend a minute just to make sure it's covered so you don't see it. Okay? So now there's our two wires. Okay? So we got there's the body of our bunny. So let's go ahead now. We're going to put the head on, which is the bead. You want to put this through, both of these through here like this. And pull it down so that it sticks into the pom-pom. There's our bunny head, okay? So next, right up on the top here, you got this little hole, and you can use hot glue or you can use E6000 to do it. I'm going to use E6000 for mine. And you're going to put the glue right down inside that bead opening. Okay. Put the lid back on the glue. I'm going to take this end here and put it down inside where the glue is, and you're going to push it down just like that. And do the same thing on this side. Now, because you have the hollow of the bead goes right through the entire bead, of course, you can play with how far you put them inside and hold how big your ears are. Okay, so there's our little bunny ears, and you can shape them any way you like. Okay, I'm going to let that glue dry before I mess with them too much here. So there you can shape your bunny ears any way you like, okay? So then now the next thing I want to do is I've got to figure out a way or show you a way to hang them. And for hanging them, I used just some Dollar Tree fishing wire. It's very thin. I don't know, about the only fish it would catch is a minnow. I think it's so thin. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a nice big piece of it here. Give myself enough to work with. I'm going to make a couple of knots here. Okay. So now I got my loop. Turn that off. I'm going to take this. Loop, take the loop at the other end, and I'm going to wrap it around my little bead here. Give it a couple of twists. Pull it tight. So it goes right in against the bottom of that bead. I want to tie another knot. Now, if we were to hang, right now, if I were to hang it, it's going to hang like that, okay? So what we got to do is we got to attach it to the top of our head of our bunny. So for that, you can use E6000, but then you'd have to sit for 10 minutes and wait for it to harden. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little dab of glue, hot glue this time, right in the middle of those two ears. See that? And I'm just going to take my wire, or my fishing line, I'm going to put it through. So now when you hang it, it's going to hang the right way. Okay? So now you can decorate it any way you want. You can put a flower on it in here. You can cut a heart. You can put a heart on it. And do pretty much whatever you want with it. I'm just going to put a little white ribbon on mine. And for the ribbon, you want to use something really thin. Mainly because it's really hard to tie a small ribbon with thicker thread. So I'm just going to wrap this around here. Now you can use like if you can find those little paper flowers, that would be really pretty. But I'm just going to use this little ribbon on mine. There we go. There's our little bunny. I'll snag off cut my ribbon. And it's all done. Happy crafting.